Have you ever been so close to giving up that you actually wrote a goodbye letter to your dreams? 3 years ago, I sat in my car in the rain writing exactly that. I had $143 left in my account, 3 failed businesses behind me, and a family who kept saying, "We told you so." Today, I run a company worth millions. But the real story isn't about the money. It's about what happens in that moment when you're one decision away from giving up everything. Let me take you back to that rainy night. I was 26, living in my car because I couldn't afford rent anymore. My laptop was my office, McDonald's Wi-Fi was my lifeline, and my suit was wrinkled from sleeping in the back seat. My 4th business attempt had just failed, a marketing agency that burned through my savings and left me with nothing but debt. I'd tried everything. First business at 22, a drop shipping store, failed in 6 months. Second at 23, social media management, lost all my clients in 3 months. Third at 24, an e-commerce consulting firm, lasted 8 months before crashing. This 4th one, my Sure Thing marketing agency, just lost our biggest client and couldn't make payroll. That night, I opened my laptop and started writing my surrender letter. "Dear Mom and Dad, you were right. I'm giving up. I'll get a normal job." The rain was getting louder, matching my mood perfectly. Then something happened that changed everything. An email notification popped up. One of our ex-clients, a small coffee shop owner. I almost didn't read it. Figured it was another complaint, but it said, "I know you're struggling, but that campaign you ran for us last year? It saved our business. We still use your ideas today." I sat there reading that email over and over. Then I started going through all our old client files. Every failed business, every disaster. There were always a few things that actually worked. Small wins buried under big failures. That's when it hit me. I wasn't failing at business. I was failing at seeing what was actually working. Every failure was teaching me something, but I was too busy beating myself up to notice. I opened a new document and started writing. Not a goodbye letter this time. Instead, I listed everything that had worked across all my failed businesses. The small strategies, the tiny victories, the things clients loved even when the overall project failed. Turns out, I had accidentally become an expert in what small businesses actually need, not what fancy agencies think they need. Every failure had taught me another piece of the puzzle. The next morning, I walked into that same coffee shop. The owner was surprised to see me. I showed him my list, all the small, practical things that had worked for real businesses. Asked if I could interview him about what small businesses really struggle with. He talked for 2 hours. Then he introduced me to other small business owners. I interviewed them too. No selling, no pitching, just listening. Every conversation revealed the same thing. Small businesses didn't need fancy marketing strategies. They needed simple, practical solutions that actually work. Using my last $143, I built a website called Small Wins Marketing. No fancy promises, just real strategies that had worked, even when everything else failed. Priced it at $27 per month, cheap enough that small businesses could afford it, expensive enough to prove it had value. First month, 12 subscribers. But they all stayed, because unlike my previous businesses where I promised the moon, this time I was promising only what I knew worked. Second month, those 12 clients told others. We hit 50 subscribers. Third month, 200 subscribers. Today, we have over 15,000 small businesses using our platform. Last month's revenue crossed $400,000. But here's what really matters. Our clients stay. Because we're not selling dreams, we're selling proven small wins. The old marketing agency me would have laughed at this business model. Too simple, too basic, not impressive enough. But that's the irony. Success was hiding in the simple stuff all along. You know what's funny? That goodbye letter is framed in my office now, right next to our first $1 million month screenshot. It reminds me that our lowest moment is often just one decision away from our breakthrough. That rainy night taught me something powerful. Sometimes we're not really failing. We're just looking at our journey all wrong. Every failure is actually a lesson, teaching us what really works if we're humble enough to learn. If you're at that giving up point right now, if you're writing your own goodbye letter to your dreams, remember this. You haven't failed until you stop learning from your failures. Your breakthrough might be hidden in the small wins you're too disappointed to notice. This channel, Beyond Stories, is about people who found success in their darkest moments. If you want to hear more stories like this, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment if you're going through tough times. Share your story. Because sometimes, just knowing you're not alone in the struggle can be the thing that keeps you going one more day. See you in the next video.